blowing. He sat up. It was now high noon. The guards stood alert and tense in the shadow of the trees. Suddenly the horns rang out louder and beyond mistake from above, over the top of the slope. Sam thought that he heard cries and wild shouting also, but the sound was faint, as if it came out from some distant cave. Then presently the noise of fighting broke out near at hand, just above the hiding place. He could hear plainly the ringing grate of steel on steel, the clang of sword on iron cap, the dull beat of blade on shield. Men were yelling and screaming, and one clear, loud voice was calling, "It sounds like 100 blacksmiths all smithing together," said Sam to Frodo. "They're as near as I want now." But the noise grew closer.
"They're coming,"
cried Damrod.
"See, some of the Saurons have broken from the trap and are flying from the road. There they go, our men after them and the captain leading."
Sam, eager to see more, went now and joined the guards. He scrambled a little way up into one of the larger of the bay trees. For a moment he caught a glimpse of swarthy men in red running down the slope some way off, with green-clad warriors leaping after them, hewing them down as they fled. Arrows were thick in the air. Then suddenly, straight over the rim of their sheltering bank, a man fell, crashing through the slender trees, nearly on top of them. He came to rest in the fern a few feet away, face downward, green arrow feathers sticking from his neck below a golden collar. His scarlet robes were tattered. His corselet of overlapping brazen plates was rent and hewn. His black plaits of hair braided with gold were drenched with blood. His brown hand still clutched the hilt of a broken sword. It was Sam's first view of a battle of men against men, and he did not like it much. He was glad that he could not see the dead face. He wondered what the man's name was, and where he came from, and if he was really evil of heart, or what lies or threats had led them on the long march from his home, and if he would not really rather have stayed there, in peace, all in a flash of thought and which was quickly driven from his mind. For just as Mablung stepped towards the fallen body, there was a new noise. Great crying and shouting. Amidst it Sam heard a shrill bellowing and trumpeting, and then a great thudding and bumping, like huge rams dinning on the ground.
Where?
Cried Damrod to his companion.
Pray the Valar turn him aside! Move back! Move back!
To his astonishment and terror and lasting delight, Sam saw a vast shape crash out of the trees and come careering down the slope. Big as a house, much bigger than a house it looked to him. A grey-clad moving hill. Fear and wonder maybe enlarged him in the hobbit's eyes. But the Mumak of Harad was indeed a beast of vast bulk, and the like of him does not walk now in Middle-earth. His kin that live still in latter days are but memories of his girth and majesty. On he came, straight towards the watchers, and then swerved aside in the nick of time, passing only a few yards away, rocking the ground beneath their feet, his great legs like trees, enormous sail-like ears spread out, long snout upraised like a huge serpent about to strike, his small red eyes raging. His upturned horn-like tusks were bound with bands of gold and dripped with blood. His trappings of scarlet and gold flapped about him with wild tatters. The ruins of what seemed a very war tower lay upon his heaving back, smashed with his furious passage through the woods. And high upon his neck still desperately clung a tiny figure, the body of a mighty warrior, a giant among the Swertings. On the great beast thundered, blundering in blind wrath through the pool and thicket. Arrows skipped and snapped harmlessly about the triple hide of his flanks. Men on both sides fled before him, but many he overtook and crushed to the ground. Soon he was lost to view, still trumpeting and stamping far away. What became of him Sam never heard. Whether he escaped to roam the wild for a time until he perished far from his home, or was trapped in some deep pit, or whether he raged on until he plunged in the great river and was swallowed up. Sam drew a deep breath.
"An Oliphant it was,"
he said.
"So there are Oliphants, and I've seen one. What a life! But no one at home will ever believe me. Well, if that's over, I'll have a bit of sleep.
Sleep while you may, said Mablung, but the captain will return if he is unhurt. And when he comes, we shall depart swiftly. We shall be pursued as soon as news of our deed reaches the enemy, and that will not be long.
Go quietly when you must,
said Sam.
No need to disturb my sleep. I was walking all night.
Mablung laughed.
I do not think the captain will leave you here, Master Samwise, he said. But you shall see.